Alright, welcome back. Let's continue. Episode 4, Shadowrun Returns. Time to go check out our safe house. Gotta check out this piano. Okay, the piano looks like it's been here since the Union was built, but it doesn't look like anyone has played it in earnest for almost as long. Let's play the secret code we got. As you slowly peck out the notes on the keyboard, they spark a faint memory of wonder, immediately forgotten as the entire piano slides to the left, revealing a hidden staircase. You descend the stairs into the Union safe house. That's very cool. I'm digging it. The entrepreneurial Mrs. Kubota has combined everything a runner might need into a one-stop shopping experience. Black market equipment, high-end magical talismans, fully stocked cyber surgery dealership. Cool. Yeah, we're gonna get some mods. I'm gonna mod up my bod. Alright. Dr. Castle. Make it quick, I need to operate. Thanks for helping me out back there. Well, it looks like you could use a hand. Ouch, bad joke right now. She looks down at her mangled arm. Alright folks, I'm gonna have to ask you to go sit in the waiting area. Watch some Trivet or something. This young lady and I have work to do. Alright, take it easy, Coyote. We'll be here when you wake up. Who said anything about me going to sleep? Just give me something to bite on. You're tough, kid, but you're not that tough. Alright, Coyote, let's look at your face. Just leave it. Excuse me? Coyote? I earned this face by being stupid. I'm gonna keep it. End of story. Whatever you say, kid. With one swift move, she sinks a syringe in Coyote's thigh. Nighty-night. Slick. Fastest arm replacement ever. Coyote. She looks both better and worse than when you last saw her. All the gaping holes are plugged up, and she's sporting a shiny new cyber arm. But now that the adrenaline's worn off, it's clear she needs some rest. Good morning. Thanks to the miracle of modern science, combined with Doc Castle's magical healing powers, I'm almost as good as new. Better, really. Nice arm. Thanks. Mrs. Kubota will have me working it off for the rest of my life. She notices your expression. You look like you've got something on your mind. I do have some questions. What kind of questions? Well, about Sam Watts. Sam Watts, what about him? Well, he's dead. Holy dreck, Sam. Can't say that I'm surprised. He was on a downward spiral for a long time. What can I tell you? Well, tell me about Sam. I hear you liked him. I did. He made me laugh. No one else seemed to like Sam's jokes, but I did. Did you guys jam? Whoa! She smiles at Paco. Easy, lover. No, it wasn't like that. We were friends. I guess I knew him the best of everyone here. Sorry he's gone. You served him the night he died. What do you remember about that night? Well, it was a pretty average night. Regular crowd, as I remember. Sam was drinking with a guy named Armitage. Jake Armitage? Yeah, you know him? Yeah, I met him. He's a charmer, too. She bites her lower lip. I like gingers. Anyway, Jake and Sam were having a few. Well, Jake was having a few. Sam was talking him back, but good. Eventually, he got loud, the way he sometimes did when he mixed drinking and who knows what. And Mrs. Kubota wanted him ejected. Mr. Clue was not around, so, well, I can't remember why. And so she asked Jake to do the honors. Jake dragged him out the back into the alley, and that's the last time I saw Sam. Said he got loud. Do you remember what he was saying? She thinks. Well, standard Sam dreck. How he grew up rich and didn't deserve this. How he hated his mother. How he loved his mother. Pretty pathetic stuff. Did he have any enemies? Enemies? That's hard to say. Sam partied hard, and when he did, he ran his mouth off pretty good. Got his ass kicked on more than one occasion. But no, I don't think he had any enemies. At least none that I'm aware of. Where was he living? On the streets, mostly. He'd occasionally convince someone to let him flop on their couch, but he'd always overstay his welcome and get kicked out after a few days. Sometimes I'd sneak him down here so he could crash in one of the bunks. He used one the night before I saw him last. How bad is his drinking? If it was just the drinking, it would have been bad. But Sam wasn't the monogamous type. He dabbled in everything. Booze, chips, drugs. He loved the nitro. Whatever he could get his hands on. It wasn't always like that, but once he got sick, he started using more and more stuff to try to forget about it. What do you mean sick? Dying. Didn't you know? Everyone could tell. You could just look at him and see he was a walking corpse. Had to be the drinking. But then he disappeared for a while, and one day he came back all better. Looked good, even. All better, just like that. It's definitely one of those organ repo situations, because if he had drank his liver into oblivion and he was dying from cirrhosis or something, and then one day he just magically shows up and he's all better, and now he's dead and his friggin' liver has been removed, that's gotta connect. Anyway, thanks, Cowdy. I need you two to do something for me. What do you need, babe? I need you to talk to Mr. Delilah for me about the Royale run. He's usually upstairs. Tell him I didn't get the gems. Maybe I could take another run when I recover. Alright, I will. Except I have the gems, so I don't think we need to do that. What do we got here? Oh, this is my stash. Alright. Gonna look in the bunk. The bunk is a mess and reeks of booze. Searching through the sheets, blankets, and pillow, you find an old photograph that has seen a lot of wear. Look at the image. The picture is of a blonde boy and girl, both about age 14, sitting on a dock on the edge of a lake. They appear to be twins. The boy has his arm tied around the girl's shoulders and is mugging for the camera. The girl is planting a kiss on his cheek while making rabbit ears behind his head with her fingers. Back of the photo. Written in a woman's hand are the words Sam and Jessica, Lake Sammamish State Park, Summer 2040. Pocket it. I want to take that with me. Real quick before we head out, I want to see what's going on here. Doc, what you got for me? In Shadowrunner circles, the term doctor is often used quite liberally to describe any sawbones with a needle and thread, but in the case of the Union's resident medical expert, nothing could be further from the truth. The safe house boasts a fully equipped medical suite, complete with shamanic fetishes. Oh, complete with shamanic fetishes. It's a clumsy word. Well, I'm clumsy with it. This is sixth world medicine of the highest caliber. The doctor herself is an unassuming sort, perhaps the type you go unnoticed entirely, if not for the sprightly spirit perched on her shoulder like her own personal gargoyle. The spirit's burning eyes follow you constantly, even as the doctor's own eyes are buried in her charts. However, she does look up long enough to acknowledge your approach. I'm Dr. Castle. I understand you were instrumental in bringing Coyote back to us. Thanks for that. You're welcome, Doc, and I gotta say, there was some work you did on her. Your talents may be going to waste down here. High praise for a simple arm swap, especially since she wouldn't let me repair her face. She notes you eyeballing the facilities. I can tell you're surprised to find a full-service medbay under a dive bar in a slum. Don't be. It's a Shadowrunner bar, after all. For a purveyor of cyberware and trauma kits, there's no better place to set up a practice. I patch runners up, install and maintain their cyberware, and provide medical supplies for their runs. I may not be as mobile as Doc Wagon, but I'm the next best thing. Can I help you with anything? Cyberware? Tell me about cyberware. Okay, this is cool. 8 HP and 1 quickness. That's nice. Oh, essence cost. Essence? I have 5.5 essence. Because the data jack takes up half an essence. I gotcha. No, reset that. That's cool. These are all really interesting. 2 armor, 6 HP, 3% chance to hit. That's alright. Marginal, though. I don't know. +1 body. That's a really good one. I gotta find out if I can... If adding to these stats now will let me go above the cap later, or if I should cap it out first before adding these things into my body. So I can't really do that right now and feel good about it. But it's cool. Good to know it's there. What else we got? See this guy, tech guy. You look probably like you're my sort. Every inch of the tech alcove is covered in a chaotic patchwork quilt of circuit boards, chips, wires, displays, and a million other things that you can't identify. In the eye of this techno-bit storm stands a dwarf, immaculately dressed and supremely calm. I know that look? Don't let the size of the shop fool you. I can get any Matrix hardware or software that exists. And if it doesn't exist, I can get it made for you. Any questions I can answer? Anything gear you need? Tell me what you have for sale, man. Oh, I need a deck. If I want to do decking. Because I need a deck to hold programs. Okay. I don't want to waste my money on this one. I'm going to buy this one and I'm going to karma up to decking 3. I need some programs for it. I need 4 programs to go on here. What do we got? We'll select here. What do we got? Okay, -1 AP. Every turn. So I waste an AP to waste one of their AP. I guess. Let's see. Increases your chance to hit versus enemy. 15% for 3 rounds. Yeah, I'll do that. Incoming damage from attacks is reduced by 15 for 4 rounds. I like that. That sounds good. I have... This thing can hold 4 programs. So basically... This is your... A higher level deck can hold more stuff for you when you go on runs in the Matrix. Which is why you need a better deck. And then it also has other special abilities associated with it. Like I'll have 3 AP every turn while I'm in there. And I can also hold 2 ESPs. And the ESPs are these consumables. They're like AI helper dudes that join you when you're doing decking in the Matrix. Anyway, let's get back to the programs. What else do I want? I do want to purchase 4 programs. I think that would be good. A little low. Well, I gotta just be careful not to go over my budget here. So IP is like health, but in the Matrix. A single target attack for 1 AP that does 75 damage. Yeah, that sounds really good. And I can put up a firewall that makes them... Ooh, and a dot. 50 IP and then another 25 per round for 2 rounds. So it'll do 100 damage. Yeah. I think that's going to be my kit, at least to begin. Good chunk of change there, but that's what I signed up for. I wanted to be a decker. Okay. Can't equip it, gotta level up first. That's fine. Not gonna change anything here, so confirm that for now. Thanks, man. See you later. Oh, I'm being rude. Let me also introduce you to our resident decker and my good friend Johnny Clean. I know Johnny Clean. We met. While in the same overalls that you saw him in upstairs, down here leaning over a workbench crammed with circuit boards, cables, and chips, Johnny Clean seems a totally different person. You get the impression that Johnny was once as hot and as invisible as the most infamous deckers today. Good to see you down here. Happy to be a help if I can be. Is it true you were part of the Echo Mirage team? I don't know what that is, but... Let me take this one. Listen, I've known the guy for over a decade, and he's been smart enough not to tell me. So he is sure as hell not going to tell you anything about those days. For your health and his, let the subject drop. Alright. See you around, man. I'm not going to push it. I don't even have the option to push it, so that's fine. Theodore Buster Grooverman is a well-groomed orc, dressed with a precision that suggests the straight lines of a military officer's uniform. His hair is cropped short, high and tight, as they say, and the neatness this presents is only compromised by the uneven tusks protruding from his mouth. The only other defect in this picture of perfection is the man's cybernetic right arm, which is obvious enough to be noticeable, but not so obvious as to ruin the line of his suit. Cool. When he speaks, the orc's voice is soft and thoughtful. He talks almost exclusively in numbers, calibers, ranges, rounds per second, arc of fire, razoring factor, tensile strength, and of course, price. Bunker Buster Gruberman, at your service. Friends call me Buster. I also answer to Sergeant, Sir, and even Theodore on occasion. Anytime you're in the market for firearms, ammunition, or ordnance, I'm your man. How can I help you? Take a look at what you got. Another pistol. Same range, same damage. More capacity. I don't care. I have free reloads, so that doesn't even benefit me. You can keep that pistol. I don't have any points to use any other guns. Just too bad, man. These have some good damage ratings. And they can fire a bunch. Anyway, that's fine. Don't care, don't care. A smoker, another drone. As a support drone, it can lay down smoke, break line of sight. That's cool. I'm not going to worry about that right now. Just health kits and stuff. Alright. I'm cool. Thanks. Nothing else right now. What do you got? Eric Mersman. Change your clothes, change your life, right? Not only will you look better, not that you look bad now or anything, but each one will help to keep you on the right side of the ground. Take a look. Oh, these are all the same armors that the guy upstairs had. There's nothing, well, I don't know. Did he have... It looks like it's all the same. It's cool that this has 4 armor. What does my basic one have? 1 armor, nothing else. This has 4 armor, 3 HP. But it looks... I don't like that look. I'm not going to do that. What's this guy? Algernon. Does he sell flowers? Past the bar, at the edges of the safe house, become somewhat indistinct to the magical haze surrounding a particular elf. The man seems only half of this realm, his mind wandering the far horizons of astral space while his body peddles his otherworldly wares. Good evening, young human, and welcome to this humble home we call the Union. I am Algernon Half-Dream. To ease your way through the 6th world, I offer you the best in magical foci, spells, and fetishes for the conjuring of spirits. Not my thing, bro. Thanks, though. I'm cool. Just gotta zip upstairs real quick and toss these stones over to the one guy. What was his name? Delilah. There he is. Mr. Delilah looks small and tough, with an untraceable shoddy on his back and a heavy vest under his trench coat. He's got the air of someone who gets things done and occasionally does them himself. He might be an ex-runner, one of the rare ones smart enough to move over to management when he felt his reflexes slowing down. What do you want? You Delilah? Yeah, what's it to you, asshole? Can't you see I'm busy here? You sent something... We've come to conclude your business with Coyote. To mention Coyote, he finally gives you his full attention. Why didn't you say so? Coyote's late. My client is getting anxious. Where is she? Downstairs trying on a new arm. Your run went south for her. No kidding. Huh. Well, whatever. She's tough. She'll pull through. Who are you two? Faith. He's Paco. Great, we're all introduced. Now give me my stones. I'm going to give him all the stones. I don't want to hold him back because I don't want to cause Coyote any trouble here. I told her I would do the job. I'm going to do it right. I don't want any backlash to come her way. In an instant, there's a jeweler's scope in his eye. Moving quickly through what appear to be the most valuable stones, he stops when he finds what appears to be an ordinary pebble inscribed with Hebrew characters. That's the one. He pockets it. Okay, you done good, but you're late, and Coyote knows that in this case, late equals no payment. But I'm feeling magnanimous tonight, so you guys can keep the rest of the gems as your reward. Yeah, alright, fine. I mean, I'm still gonna get paid, I just gotta find a fence. Delilah looks you up and down, takes you all in. Listen, you look like the sort of woman who might run a crew of your own one day. Might need a little talent. When that happens, you come to me. I'll set you up. And then he dismisses you with a wave. Looks like you impressed him. I know a fence for these gems. Then gas. Follow me. Alright. Lead the way, bud. Van Grass. You got his name wrong, Paco. Van Grass is busy talking on his comm link, checking his heads-up display and motioning to a runner standing nearby, all at the same time. He's an intense little man. You get the sense that he likes to look busy. I'm Van Grass. Make it quick. Biz is good. Talk to me. We have some pretty things to sell. You'll want to see them. I have fondness for pretty things. Let me see. You hear the servos in Van Grass' cyber eye whir as a magnifying lens slips into position. He bends his head over the stones for 2 seconds, maybe less. Where'd you get this dreck? Gumball machine? I'll give you 1,000 for him. Oh, man. Sure. I'll take it. Fine. Alright, let's go tell Coyote her business is done. Come on, Coyote. You're back. I think the highlights of the Wolves game will be on soon. Want to take a load off and watch with me? I found something in the bunk Sam was using. Oh, did Sam have a sister? Her brow furrows. Yeah, I think he did. He mentioned her once. It didn't sound like they got along that well. Their comlink chips and the screen shows the smiling face of Officer Aguirre. If he's smiling, it must be about money. Are all cops on the take as happy as you? Yeah, we have our own clubhouse and everything. As per our discussion, I'm informing you of another Ripper murder. The victim worked at the NTSB investigation facility down on the docks. You owe me for this. Put it on my tab. You there now? Better get here quick before McCluskey arrives. The image on your PDA dissolves as the call ends. Another Ripper murder? Where? The docks. I gotta go. Okay, listen. I want to help. You dragged me out of the Royale before something bad happened. Worse than getting my arm torn off. And Sam was my friend. You head to the docks, and I'll see if I can track down Sam's sister Jessica. She might be able to help us. Thanks. I appreciate the help. As long as I get the XP. Okay, well... that's good. Oh no, wait. I want to equip that deck real quick. I don't want to run around without it. Which means I need to buy the points I need in decking to actually be able to do that. Where is that? Down here, intelligence 2, so I'm going to have to pump into 3, and then decking to 3. Now, there it says I can equip the higher level deck. Cool. Cool. Should I get another drone control? Ooh. Wait. Yeah, I do want to push that one. There it is. Now I have 3 left. So I could buy a new drone control, or I could buy drone combat abilities instead. Like give it an armor and give it a more accuracy. Class B drones. That doesn't help me right now. Nobody's selling any Class B drones. Maybe if I find one, then I'll have the karma at that time. I like where this is. I'll go with this. Okay, and that means go to my stash. Get that deck equipped real quick. There it is. Boom. Confirm. How do I don't want these to be in my stash. Oh, do I have to do this to free up room? No, I don't. I definitely still want to take a grenade with me. Oh, here we go. I can actually modify some of these things real quick. I want to put them in the right order. Basic med kit, drone kit, frag grenade. I'm good with that. As far as my deck goes, how do I put these programs in the deck? Okay, maybe it's another one. Maybe it's a different screen here. This is my journal. Find the med bay in the oh yeah, it checked off, so those are already done. Cyberware? No. Inventory. No spells. That's just saving and quitting the game and stuff. That's a really good, that's a good question. I really don't know how I really don't know how to equip these. They just say in stash and they're all grayed out. I don't know how to bring them over. I mean, do they have to go into my weapons? No. And they... I mean, I can't remove this. Just in my stash. Muraku's best deck, easily modified for the streets. Holds 4 programs. I don't know. Can't, wait, what happened here? I thought I fixed this up. Oh, these just switch position? I don't care about that. Let's get out of here. I'm done wasting time. We'll worry about the decking thing later. Let's get a move on. We gotta get down to the docks and check out this murder. I don't know if I'm gonna have to get into any intense combats. We'll see. Maybe we should just do a nice quick save here. That's fine. We can overwrite this save. I'm good with that. Let's get a move on. South Seattle docks. South Seattle docks. Leaving the Seamstresses Union behind, you head to the docks. The Ripper killed Sam. Maybe he or she slipped up with his latest victim. This latest victim, and left some useful evidence. Only one way to find out. South Seattle is your typical industrial area. Grit, grime, and gray. Rain doesn't help it matters any either. Layers of dirt mixed with abandoned wooden pallets, repurposed into makeshift furniture for the day workers. Garbage collects in the gutters of the broken down street. Disreputable is this district's middle name. Your destination, the National Transportation Safety Board warehouse, is located on a small strip of dock toward the less maintained end of the waterfront. Despite the presence of those who linger in such places, it's quiet as you approach the gate. Okay. Sounds sinister. Who's this guy? There are a lot of randos around that I'm not sure if they're just gonna leap out and attack me or what. Who's this? Streetwalker. Got any witness statements? Hey, you looking for a good time? Do you know anything about the NTSB? Yeah, the bums around here have been stealing old crap from that place for years. Not worth my time, though. Yeah, okay. See you around. Doesn't look like this is the way. What about the bums? You guys have anything good to say about it? No, doesn't look like it. Must need to continue this way. Halt! The guard looks bored. He toys with his gun absent-mindedly, like he might shoot something on a whim just to watch it die. You're about to trespass on corporate property. You looking to get dusted, street scum? Officer Aguirre called me in. Needs me to rule out if the killer bypassed security or if they were let in. Oh, of course. I'll open the gate. Aguirre's just inside the warehouse. Definitely no holes in our security here. Tip-top shape. Guy looks like Optimus Prime. With that mask. Nice, see? 3 karma. Bam. Just for that. Gonna explore around real quick before I zip into that building. I know I'm kind of wasting time, but it's video game time. Usually the games don't progress in real time. Although, man, if I was making a game, I would definitely do that. I think that would be an epic game to play, where you had to actually worry about time passing. It might be a little stressful, I don't know. Anyway, what is this? Phosphorus grenade. Ooh. Well, put it in my stash for now. There's probably another one, right? Nope, this is a stun grenade. I don't need to stun people. There's no stun in Street Justice. It's back here. Any sweet loots? No, I'm not seeing anything. Okay, time to get inside this building. It's a little bit awkward to click on the interactables, I've found. Aside from that, though, I've been greatly enjoying this. The warehouse. Inside the large gray warehouse is as typical as the outside. High ceilings, adorned with girders and rickety catwalks, atop a huge utilitarian room. Concrete and steel walls meet a concrete floor. It's a place for storing things and nothing more. Despite the quiet on the outside, the inside is a hornet's nest of Lone Star officers going about their business. In the center of the activity is the Emerald City Riptor's latest victim. Uniforms everywhere. No one stops you at the door. Seems this case hasn't leaked to the press yet. Lone Star or no, you got a job to do. It's cool they let me in. Why would they give me crap after letting me in? Have a look at this real quick. Door's locked, but you might be able to bypass it if you could get under the maintenance panel. Maybe I can. My little, Alright, talk to Geary first. Hey. Took your sweet time, didn't you? I'm a busy woman. Who's the corpse? Just a corpse. And one that's not going to do anything for my career, I can tell you that. I left the computer on in the office over there if you want to see for yourself. The victim worked here at the NTSB warehouse as a black box researcher. NTSB? Question mark. The National Transportation Safety Board. This warehouse is used to go over the wreckage from plane crashes to determine what happened. The Vic was in charge of their highest priority investigation at the moment. We've gone through the victim's computer and his case notes indicate he was selling secrets, and the idiot kept records. That'll get you killed quick. It did. Some runner like you probably offed him to cover up his corp master's involvement and try to make it look like a Ripper killing. Here's the office key. Check it out for yourself if you want. Yeah, I mean, not getting the impression that it's a Ripper killing if it's messy. Faith, surprised to see you here. Let me guess. Officer Aguirre tipped you off. Must have been... Suppose you must have made an impression on him at the market yesterday. Or your cred stick did, at any rate. Anyway, surprise, we got another Ripper victim on our hands. What's the story with this one? Victim's male, mixed Native American descent, age 38. Based on the condition of the body, it looks like he was killed around 2 in the morning. Cause of death unknown. Several internal organs were removed from his body after death, quite gruesomely. I'm not sure if the killer even knew what they wanted before they started cutting. Not much else to tell you yet. He does have a lot of pre-existing scar tissue, so he probably had a major surgery at some point in recent history. Fortunately, with the organs gone, I can't determine the nature of the security. What was on the butcher's shopping list? Killer definitely took the lungs. The more I look at it, though, the other missing organs may just be eviscerated within the chest cavity. Who's that woman over there? No clue, she just showed up. Next of kin, I think. So why... Any theories why he's taking a different trophy from each victim? Sorry, I don't do theories. I'm just a scientist who happens to prefer dead people. However, while there was massive damage in the chest cavity, I can see that the victim's lungs were transplants. Which is interesting, because another victim's missing heart was also a transplant. And I'm telling you, Sam's liver was a transplant. Modern medicine has made organ transplants relatively easy, but it is an odd coincidence. But as a scientist, it's just that, a coincidence. No, man. Gotta have cop instincts. That ties the victims together. If all of them had organs removed that were all transplanted organs, that definitely ties it together. This is only the third body I've personally examined. One of our other branch managers handled the other 2. If I find out that more of the victims had organ transplants, I'll let you know. Is McCluskey getting any closer to a suspect? I hope he doesn't start to suspect me and make my life difficult. McCluskey couldn't find his ass with both hands, but don't tell him I said that. How about Officer Aguirre? He seems like a real go-getter. Aguirre would love to solve it before McCluskey and get his gold detective shield. Plus he'd love to see McCluskey suck it in front of his superiors. He's already tried to bribe me to keep information from McCluskey and slip it to him. I'm inspired by their tireless pursuit of justice. Well, did you take the money? He grins. You have any idea how much this job pays these days, man? I don't think Aguirre's officer's salary is going to do much to seduce me into helping him. Alright, I'm going to look around. Good luck out there. Another door here. Door's locked. Oh, that's weird. A lot of places I can go now, actually. I'm going to talk to her first, I guess. Shannon. You're not a cop. She looks up, watching you warily. No. Who's the stiff? She glares at you for a moment, and you can see pain in her eyes along with something else. Power. He's my brother, and I'm trying to learn from him the identity of his killer. But I'm afraid his spirit is too disoriented by his recent journey to answer me. Oh, you're a shaman, huh? Yes, for all the good it's doing me. If I could just make contact, I might be able to deliver justice and allow my brother's spirit to rest. I can tell you're used to shouldering a heavy burden, but there may be an easier way. She looks at you, the flattery largely failing to affect her, given the circumstances. But then inspiration dispels the dark cloud surrounding her. Perhaps my brother's spirit is too weak, that's a given. But my brother's spirit may not be alone here this night. She closes her eyes and concentrates, droning a low chant you can barely hear. Yes, there are other spirits who may be of help. Her features harden in frustration as if she is searching for something that remains elusive. Sighing, she opens her eyes and fixes you with a stare. I can't do it alone. Well, what do you need? This warehouse contains the spirits of plane crash victims trapped between worlds. They wish to help. They wish to be heard. And I think they have something to say about my brother's murder. Lone Star won't let me in there, but you seem to have the run of the place. If you can find personal items that belong to the victims, I believe I can summon a spirit to speak with us. I would need at least 2 such objects. Can you find them for me? I'll do what I can. I can't guarantee it, I don't know. Can't go there. Zip around this way, see what we can find. Okay, there's a locker. That bodes well for personal effects. This appears to be the victim's locker. The door is slightly ajar. Inside you see several of the dead man's personal items. Look at the toothbrush. The blue toothbrush is still wet from being used. It smells of mint and cigarettes. What about the comb? As you reach for the comb, the hair on the back of your hand stands on end, and when you take it off its little shelf, your heart thumps in your chest hard. This has to be one of the items the shaman was looking for. You pocket the comb. Okay. Resonating with spiritual energy. Gonna read the private notes here. Notes for case file 95. Federated Boeing jetliner 2305, corporate owner Ares. The plane had several mechanical issues resulting in a mayday at 3:04 a.m. on June 17th, 2:45 a.m. The pilot reported that the altimeter was reading in the negative values. 2:49 a.m. The co-pilot takes over the controls as the pilot leaves the cabin to investigate the rear of the plane. 2:58 a.m. The pilot cannot be contacted or located by a plane steward. The co-pilot radios in a mayday. The plane crashes into an empty field. Sounds like creepypasta. Summary redacted. Case file 96, all just redacted. Okay. 98. The file has been corrupted. Researcher's private notes. The notes that appear on screen pertain to NTSB case file 96, the crash of Ares jetliner near the UCAS in Sioux Nation? Sioux? I don't know how you pronounce that. The crash is reportedly the result of an equipment failure. Reading further into the investigator's notes, however, you find substantial evidence linking the crash to an experimental Renraku research initiative. This information could be worth a great deal to the right buyer. You download the researcher's notes to your PDA. Hell yeah! What else we got here? You don't... Oh, that's a urinal? The old poster depicts a svelte young woman posing with an assault rifle. Okay, there was something in here that it looked like I could interact with. Yeah, there we go. Some panels. Looks like I can get in there going this direction. Let's do it. Yeah, come on. Okay, what do we got? Got a bunch of plane bits. There's a large pile of old shoes on the ground next to the airplane seats. They could be discarded luggage or possibly the shoes worn by the occupants of the plane at the time of the crash. Dig through the pile and see if anything tingles me. Sorting through the shoes, you realize there are 3 shoes with no matching pair. Huh. Inspect the dress shoe. The dress shoe is a black lace-up with a rubber sole. Okay, like expected. The high heel. The pump is a department store knockoff of an Italian brand. It's otherwise unremarkable. What about the sneaker? The sneaker is a child's and has a musty, sweaty smell. Oddly, you get a sort of shock as if from static electricity when you touch it. This must be one of the items the shaman is looking for. That's what we were looking for. Both. It's over here. It's hard to say whether this is a heap of items and refuse recovered from a plane crash or just trash that hasn't been taken out yet. Dig through the trash. It's a glamorous life. Sticky substance of some sort seems to have seeped through the trash pile and your hands are quickly covered with this stuff. Blech. After searching for a minute, you unearth a handful of interesting items. Let me see the earring. The earring is made of burnished steel, formed in the shape of a small salmon. An intense primal fear washes over you as you touch its surface. What about the lunchbox? Dented tin lunchbox that's seen better days. Okay, and the cred stick. Yeah, it's still functional. You slot it and get 200 new yen. See, aren't you glad we kept looking even though I already found enough items for the shaman? There's an open vent on this wall. It's too small for you to fit through, but you might be able to send a drone through to open the door from the other side. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Your drone fits through and buzzes to the left and activates the locked door from the inside. Having a drone is coming very handy. A magnetic screwdriver. Yeah, cool. Anything else down in this direction? I'm not seeing anything show up. Okay. Let's head back. We'll talk to the shaman, and then also I want to use the screwdriver over on this panel. It looks like, or you know, it sounds like that's what I should be doing. Wow, I'm booking it. Who's the? Okay, that's. I keep thinking like McCluskey's here, but I don't think that's him. Yeah, unscrewed the panel. Open the lock. Get inside here. What's going on? An old diary. Where do these... They don't go into my inventory, so where do they go? Mission items. Here they are. Old diary. Diary of a teenage girl. Doesn't actually do anything. Have to use it in conversation somewhere, I'm sure. Alright, it feels as though you have found enough objects. Yes, here they are. You hand her the objects you found. She closes her eyes and chants over them for a time. When her eyes open again, they're filled with tears. Thank you. These items are all I will need. It shouldn't take me long to... McCluskey. What the hell is all this? Damn. Officer Aguirre trails after the detective, only meeting your eyes for a moment. She's the victim's sister, sir. This is a crime scene, officer, not some Salish drum circle. Isn't not standard procedure to contact the next of kin? Ma'am, consider yourself contacted. Now get the hell out. Come on. If we stay much longer, I'm liable to do something I'd regret. Or worse, something I'd enjoy. Oh, we just get booted. I can't even walk out on my own accord. Alright, what do you have to say about that, Shannon? That man is an ass. Yeah. She stares daggers at him from across the warehouse. There's no helping it now. I should just be grateful you were able to collect these items before those clouds carted everything off. Could we still summon the spirit? Not from here, I'm afraid. Spirits such as these have domains to which they are anchored. We need to get back in there. Rent-a-cops like these won't tie up the place for long. Agreed. I expect it will be clear by nightfall. Sure you're up for this? It may be a rabbit hole, but I have to get to the bottom of it. Whatever your reasons, I thank you. Now, since we have the time, we should probably enlist some help. They may post security overnight. I'm going to go out on a limb and say you know where to find the kinds of people we need. Just smile. Good, I'll put up the money if you find the bodies. She produces a fistful of crumpled nuyen from inside a leather pouch, starts to count it out, and then shoves the whole wad at you. Meet me back here at midnight. The spirits will be strong then. Very well. As you start to leave the warehouse, your comlink chirps and the face of Coyote pops up on the screen. Oi, Faith, you in the middle of something? Just getting jerked around by Lone Star, same old, you know. I hear ya. Her jaw sets. I don't know if I ever told you this, but I was born in the Royale. BTL pushers like Stevie J ran the squats, ran my world when I was growing up. Yeah, I remember. I heard about that. Whiz. I have a cousin, Gino. He's been missing for months. He hit the sprawl about a year ago and immediately fell in with some tweakers. Bad guys. They hooked him on high-amp dream chips and started using him for all sorts of dreck. I tried to help him, but he pushed me away, and then he disappeared. I've been shooting up BTL labs ever since, trying to find him. You're on a crusade, huh? Maybe. That's what Mrs. Kubota calls it. Her face lights up. She's running hot. Has a serious edge. I know exactly where he is this time. I got an old friend who eyeballed him herself. I'm on my way. Paco's with me, but I could use another hand. You in? I need you right now. Yeah, I have to wait until midnight anyway to come do this again, and I don't have anything else to do. I'll be right there. Alright, I knew you'd come. I'll send you the address. See you soon. As long as we can get that done by midnight, I'll be fine with it. Coyote's Crusade. The cluster of dilapidated buildings where Coyote told you to meet her appears to be the remnants of a public housing project. The buildings look like a cesspool filled with human debris. You find her standing with Paco on a street corner, eyeing the roofs, the doorways, the windows. Despite his attempts to engage her, Coyote barely says a word as the three of you weave your way through the tenements. She walks purposefully, her new cyber hand flexing open and closed with each step. It's unclear whether the action is voluntary or not. You circle around the back of a building and Coyote jumps up, grabs the bottom rung of a fire escape ladder and pulls it down. Without a signal, she starts to climb towards the roof. Paco looks at you worriedly and starts up the ladder. Okay. Thanks for meeting us, Faith. I owe you one. Well, let's get it done. I have to get back to my other thing, too. You got it. She brightens. Oh, hey, listen. I got good news for you. You know Sam's sister, Jessica? One of my contacts found her for me while you were on your way here. I called her and asked her to meet you at the Union later today. I hope that helps. Yeah, thanks. Least I could do. Alright, let's get this done. My cousin Gino should be in one of the squats past that door up ahead. Here, there's a whole lab set up in there. From my experience, there's usually a lookout watching for cops outside and a guard at the door inside. Like I said, I don't know how much firepower to expect, but these guys are nasty, so stay on guard. I just want to get in, grab Gino, and get out. Right behind you, babe. Let's do this. Okay. This episode is running super overtime, so before I get started on this, I'm going to just end the episode here. But when we come back, we're going to get down to business. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys later.